Introduction: the gold mine you are wearing. You are infinitely richer than you dream. If you could open the eyes of your mind for just a moment, you would see that within you there is an inexhaustible gold mine, from which you can extract everything you need to live a glorious, happy, and abundant life. You do not need to steal from anyone. You do not need to compete. It is all inside. You do not need to beg life for anything. The treasure is here, it is now, and it is inside you. Most people are like a sleepwalker walking on a field of diamonds, complaining that they have no shoes. I look around me and I see two types of people in the world. On one hand, there is the demagnetized man. He is full of fear and constant doubts. If you give him an opportunity, he will say, "What if I fail? What if I lose money? What if they laugh at me?" This man is stuck, not because he lacks talent, but because he has lost the connection with his inner source. On the other hand, there is the magnetized man. He is full of confidence and faith. He knows he was born to win and succeed. If you take away all his money today, tomorrow he will recover it multiplied because his wealth is not in his pocket, but in his mind. What distinguishes these two men? It is not education. It is not family. It is not luck. It is the knowledge of a secret as old as the world, but as forgotten as a dream upon waking. It is the core secret. It is the knowledge of the miraculous functioning of your subconscious mind. The great secret of the ages is not atomic energy or space exploration. The great secret is the miraculous ability you have to contact and release the infinite intelligence that resides in your depths. The Bible says it clearly: the kingdom of God is within you. It does not say that it is in the sky or in a church or in the future. It says it is inside. In your subconscious resides an infinite wisdom, an infinite power, and an infinite supply of everything that is necessary, waiting to be developed and expressed. If you plant an acorn, the infinite intelligence inside knows how to build an oak. It knows how to extract minerals from the soil and light from the sun. It does not need external help. It only needs you not to hinder it. In the same way, the principle of life within you knows how to build a healthy body, how to generate wealth, and how to attract ideal love. But there is a problem: your conscious mind interferes too much. Your conscious mind, your intellect, your five senses, often interferes with fear, worry, and false beliefs. This book is designed to teach you how to remove that interference. It is designed to teach you scientific prayer, the art of communicating with your inner God, so that your desires pass from being fantasies to being concrete facts. I have seen miracles happen to men and women of all social classes around the world. I have seen malignant tumors disappear when the patient stopped hating and began to forgive. I have seen men in total bankruptcy become industry tycoons simply by changing their mental diet. I have seen broken families restored to perfect harmony. How does this happen? It happens because there is a sleeping God in your depths. It is not a punishing God sitting on a cloud. It is the I Am. It is the vital presence that beats in your heart right now. This book is your treasure map. You do not have to acquire power. You already have it. You just have to learn how to use it now. You just have to learn to use it, to understand it, and to apply it in all departments of your life. Get ready. You are about to discover that the solution to all your problems is as close as your own thought. The great law of life is the law of belief. Believe in the treasure, and the treasure will open for you. Your new life starts today. Chapter 1: The Captain and the Crew. To begin releasing the treasure within you, you must first understand the machinery you possess. Many men and women live in misery simply because they do not know how to handle the most sophisticated instrument in the universe, their own mind. The first thing you must know is this: you do not have two minds, you have one. You have a single mind, but it possesses two distinct characteristics. The line of demarcation between the two is well known to all students of psychology and metaphysics. The two functions of your mind are essentially different. Each has its own distinct attributes and powers. To distinguish them, we use conscious mind and subconscious mind. You could also call them the objective and the subjective mind, the waking and the sleeping, the surface and the deep, the voluntary and the involuntary, the male and the female. The names do not matter. What matters is that you understand the function. Understanding this relationship is the key to mastering your own destiny today. the great metaphor, the ship at sea. The best way to understand this relationship is to imagine that you are the captain of a huge ocean liner sailing the ocean. The captain is on the bridge. He is the one who sees the horizon, consults the maps, observes the weather, and makes the decisions. He says, "Turn 10 degrees north." This captain is your conscious mind. It is your intellect, your reason, and your ability to choose. Below, in the depths of the ship, in the engine room, there is a crew of men and women working. They do not see the sea. They do not see the stars. They do not know if there is a storm or calm. They do not know where the ship is going. Their only job is to obey the orders that arrive from the command bridge. If the captain says full speed ahead, they throw coal into the boilers and the engines roar. If the captain says reverse, they shift the gears. This crew is your subconscious mind. Here is the crucial point. The crew does not argue with the captain at all. If the captain makes a mistake and orders a turn toward an iceberg, the crew will obey blindly and the ship will crash. The engineers do not go up to the bridge to say, "Captain, are you sure? That looks dangerous." They simply obey. The captain is the master of the ship. His orders are law. They are never questioned by the workers. In the same way, your conscious mind is the captain and master of your life. You are constantly giving orders to your subconscious mind through your thoughts, your words, and your beliefs. When you say, "I cannot afford this," the captain is given an order. The crew takes note and says, "The boss doesn't want to pay, block the means." When you say, "I always get sick in winter," you have given an order. Your subconscious, which controls all the vital functions of your body, receives the instruction and proceeds to lower your defenses to fulfill your prophecy. You cannot blame the crew. They are only doing what you told them to do. They are just following orders. The subconscious has no sense of humor. One of the greatest tragedies of the human being is that he uses his conscious mind to joke about his own misfortune, without knowing that the subconscious does not understand jokes. The subconscious takes everything literally. If you say, "This job is killing me," it does not know it is a metaphor. It begins to generate anxiety, ulcers, or heart conditions, because its main objective is to fulfill your orders, and you have just associated work with death. If you say, "I have a terrible memory, I forget everything," you are signing a decree to lose your memory. You must train yourself to be a captain who never sinks his ship. Never finish a negative statement. Reverse it immediately. If the thought, "I'm not going to make it," comes to your mind, replace it instantly with, "The infinite intelligence within me knows the way out and guides me toward divine success." This is the way to take control of the bridge and direct your life toward the harbor of peace. The garden and the gardener. Let's use another illustration. Your subconscious mind is a fertile soil, a garden rich in humus, which will grow any seed you plant in it, whether good or bad. Do you harvest grapes from thorns or figs from thistles? Every thought is a cause and every condition is an effect. Your mind is the gardener. Your job is to select the seeds, thoughts, with care. Throughout the day, you are planting seeds in your subconscious with your habitual way of thinking. If you sow thoughts of peace, happiness, right action, and prosperity, if you think of these qualities with interest and feeling, you will harvest a glorious and abundant harvest. But if you sow seeds of fear, worry, jealousy, and hate, your garden will be filled with weeds that will choke your life. The earth does not say, "Oh, this is a poisonous weed seed. I will not make it grow." The earth makes it grow with the same force as wheat. The subconscious does not discriminate. It is impersonal and neutral, like electricity, which can be used to light a home or to electrocute someone. It is not the electricity that is bad. It is the use you give it. Your subconscious is a neutral and all-powerful force waiting for your direction. It is a giant power plant at your disposal. You must be the one to flip the right switches every day. How the two minds interact. To awaken the sleeping God, you must learn to use your conscious mind to impress the subconscious. The conscious mind has the faculty of inductive reasoning. It can look at facts, analyze, and choose. The subconscious mind only has deductive reasoning. It cannot choose, it only accepts the premise. It deduces the logical conclusion from the premise you give it. If you give it the premise, "All men are bad," your subconscious will deduce, "Then my husband, boss, son is bad." and it will make you behave in a way that provokes badness in them. But if you give it the premise, divine love fills my soul and that of everyone around me, your subconscious will deduce harmony in all your relationships. The subconscious works 24 hours a day. It never sleeps. It controls your breathing, the circulation of your blood, the digestion of your food, and the healing of your wounds. It does it without your conscious help. When you sleep, the captain rests, but the crew works. That is why what you think just before sleeping is vital. The power of suggestion. You must understand that your subconscious mind is extremely sensitive to suggestion. Imagine you approach a passenger on a ship who looks a little pale and you say, "My God, you look so bad, you look terribly seasick, do you want me to help you?" The passenger will turn white. Your suggestion joined his own fears. He will feel sick. Why? Because you activated a belief of illness in him. Now, approach an experienced sailor and say, "You look seasick." He will laugh at you or ignore you. Why? Because his conviction of immunity is so strong that your negative suggestion bounces. It does not find fertile ground. You have the power to reject the negative suggestions of others. When the world tells you the economy is bad, you're going to go bankrupt, you have the conscious choice to say, "That may be true for others, but not for me. My supply comes from the infinite source and I am always prospering." Do not let newspapers, news, or pessimistic neighbors write the script for your life. You are the captain. You decide the destination of the ship. The law of life is the law of belief. What is a belief? It is not something you bow to in a church. A belief is a thought in your mind that you accept as true. It is your inner conviction. Stop believing in things that hurt you. Stop believing that the world is against you. Stop believing that illness is inevitable or that poverty is a virtue. Those are superstitions. Believe in the healing power of God within you. Believe that you were born to succeed. The Bible says, "All things whatsoever ye shall ask in prayer, believing." Believing means accepting it as a truth in your mind. When your conscious mind accepts an idea completely, the subconscious executes it immediately. The problem is that you often say, "I want to heal," but deep down you think, "It is impossible." Your subconscious always accepts the dominant idea. This is the law of your mind. If there is conflict between your desire and your fear, fear usually wins because it carries more emotional charge. Therefore, excessive effort is bad. Do not try to force your subconscious. You cannot force a seed to grow by pulling it upward. You have to water it with calm. You must trust the process and stay in the state of faith. Chapter 2. Your Divine Right to be Rich. We are going to break one of the greatest taboos in human history, the idea that poverty is a virtue. I want you to listen carefully and open your mind. Poverty is not a virtue. Poverty is a mental illness. If you were physically ill, you would think something is wrong. You would seek help and take medicine. This is the same. If you do not have enough money constantly circulating in your life, something is radically wrong with you. The impulse of life is growth and expansion. There is no virtue in lack. There is no holiness in misery. The God who dwells in you is the God of abundance, not the God of bankruptcy. You were born to thrive and succeed. Money is a divine symbol. First, we must clear your mind of superstitions about what money is. Money is just a symbol. Through the centuries, it has taken many forms: salt, beads, cattle, gold, silver, and now paper and digits on a screen. Money is the symbol of economic circulation. It is the symbol of freedom and life. If you have money, you are economically free. You can travel, educate yourself, live in a beautiful environment, and help others. When blood circulates freely in your body, you are healthy. When money circulates freely in your life, you are economically healthy. When people hoard money out of fear, they create a clot. Money must flow. It is energy of exchange. Detach yourself from the idea that money is bad or dirty. If you consider money to be dirty, money will move away from you. It is a universal law. You lose what you condemn. If you see a rich man and say, "He is a thief," you are condemning wealth. Your mind takes note of it. Your subconscious says, "The boss hates wealth, so I will make sure he is never rich." Never ever criticize money. Do not criticize what you want to attract. Dismantling the lie, the root of all evil. You have surely heard the misinterpreted quote, "Money is the root of all evil. This has caused much unnecessary suffering. The correct quote says, "For the love of money is the root of all evil." There is a giant difference. The love of money refers to idolatry. It means putting money above God, above integrity, and above human love. If your only goal is to accumulate bills, you will become unbalanced. You might be rich but poor in health. Man does not live by bread alone. But that does not mean money is bad. It simply means it should not be your only God. You should use money, not let money use you. Money is a wonderful servant, but a terrible master. When you understand that the true source is within you, you stop worshipping the symbol and honor the source. Wealth is a state of consciousness. Here is the secret bankers don't tell you. Wealth does not come from hard work. Wealth is a state of mind. If you take a man with a wealth consciousness and put him on a desert island, in a short time, he will be exporting coconuts and generating prosperity for everyone. He has the mold. If you take a man with poverty consciousness and give him $1 million, in a year he will have lost it all and be in debt. The difference is not on the outside, it is in the mental mold. Many of you work hard but barely make ends meet. This is because your hands work to earn money, but your mind works to repel it. Deep in your subconscious, you have hidden beliefs. I don't deserve to have much. Or, if I am rich, I will be bad. As long as you keep those beliefs, your subconscious will sabotage every opportunity. It will make you forget appointments or spend impulsively. To be rich outside, you must be rich inside first. Build that state. The conflict between desire and imagination. Suppose you say, "I want to be rich," but your imagination shows you unpaid bills and you feel distressed. According to the law of reversed effort, your imagination will always win over your will. If you say, "I am prosperous but feel poor," your subconscious will accept the feeling. In fact, repeating "I am a millionaire" when you feel broke can be counterproductive because your mind says, "Liar, you don't have a cent." How do we solve this? Use phrases that your conscious mind cannot reject. Instead of "I am a millionaire," say, "Day and night I am prospering in all my affairs." This creates no friction. Try, "Money flows to me in avalanches of abundance," or "My income is constantly increasing." These phrases are vague to the conscious mind. They don't trigger a logical argument, but they are clear orders for the subconscious. It is like planting seeds gently instead of throwing rocks into the garden of your mind. Technique: the single word. There is a very powerful technique I have taught thousands of people to impregnate the subconscious without conflict. It is the use of a single word. When you are relaxed, or better yet, right before falling asleep, repeat the word wealth. Just that word. Say it slowly, with feeling. Say it like a lullaby. Wealth, wealth, wealth. Do not say, "I am rich." Just say the word. The word wealth has an intrinsic power. It represents abundance, luxury, and success. Your mind cannot argue with a single word. By repeating it, you are saturating your deep mind with the very concept and essence of wealth. Your subconscious, which always seeks to expand what you give it, will take that seed and find a way to manifest wealth in your life. Do this every night for a month, and you will be surprised by the happy accidents and opportunities that will appear. It is a mechanical process of saturating the deep layers of the soul. The block of envy. I must warn you about the fastest poison for your prosperity. Envy. Envy is the act of wishing for someone else's failure or feeling bad about their success. If you see someone driving a luxury car and feel envy, you have just cut your own wealth pipe. You are saying being rich is being bad. Your subconscious will make sure you never have that car so you don't become what you despise. You must learn to bless what you want. If you see someone rich, be glad. Say, "How wonderful! I bless their prosperity and wish them even more." Their wealth is proof the law works. By blessing them, you invite wealth to your house. What you bless multiplies. What you condemn dissipates. If someone in your office got the promotion you wanted, do not hate them. Be sincerely happy for them. By doing so, you align yourself with the frequency of promotion. If you become bitter, you align yourself with the frequency of stagnation. Choose your frequency now. There are no external blocks. People often tell me, I'm broke because I'm 50 or the economy is bad. Excuses. Infinite intelligence knows no age, no college degrees, and no governments. If you convince your subconscious that you are rich, the universe will move heaven and earth to give you money, even if you live in a cave. I know a man who lost everything at age 60. Instead of getting depressed, he used visualization. He closed his eyes and imagined working in a new massive corporation. He imagined the smell of the furniture, the sound of the phones, the touch of the checks. He lived in that mental reality. He felt the success as a present fact. In 3 weeks, he, by chance, met an old acquaintance who needed a partner with his exact experience. Today, that man earns 10 times more than before. What changed? His mind, not the economy. The supply is infinite. Stop thinking that money is limited. Stop thinking that if you win, someone else loses. That is the animal plane. You are on the creative plane. The ocean of life is infinite. If you go to the ocean with a thimble, the ocean will fill your thimble. If you go with a bucket, it will fill your bucket. The ocean does not care. It doesn't have less water because you took a truckload. The limitation is in the size of the container you carry. Enlarge your container. Expect more. Ask for more. Do not say, I only want enough for rent. That is a thimble. Say, I want all the money necessary to do all the good I want to do. God is glorified in your prosperity. A rich father is proud of his prosperous children. Poverty glorifies no one. It only shows ignorance. Scientific prayer for wealth. I want to give you a practical tool, a prayer that has made many people millionaires. Do not recite it like a parrot. Understand what you say. Read it every morning and every night. I know that money is an idea in the divine mind. It symbolizes wealth, and I consider it as a medium of exchange. Everything is God's, and everything comes from God. I use money wisely, judiciously, and constructively. Money is constantly circulating in my life. I release it with joy, and it returns to me wonderfully multiplied. It is good and very good. Money flows to me in avalanches of abundance. I use it only for good. I'm grateful. By saying this, you are washing your brain of old ideas of lack, and you are installing the new software of divine circulation. The case of the broke salesman. A young salesman came to me desperate. He wasn't selling anything. He said, Dr. Murphy, why doesn't God help me? I told him he couldn't be helped while he hated his clients. I discovered that he unconsciously hated people with money because he had none. I gave him a simple formula. Before visiting a client, affirm, infinite intelligence sends me to this person to bless them. My product will bless them, and their money will bless me. The young man began to do this. He stopped seeing clients as prey. He started seeing them as divine partners. His anxiety disappeared. In a month, he was the #1 salesman in his district. He didn't work harder. He worked deeper. How to pay your debts. If you have debts, do not hate them. If you receive a bill and it scares you, you are magnetizing more debt. Change your reaction. When you receive a bill, say, thank you for the trust you had in me to give me this service before paying for it. I bless this money and I bless the company. Then use your imagination. Imagine the bills paid. Imagine your bank account in black. Do not worry about how. The how belongs to the subconscious wisdom. A woman was about to be evicted. She had no money, but she had faith. She began to visualize herself touching the final payment check. She felt the paper and saw her name. She gave thanks for the house, paid in full. Days before the eviction, a lawyer called. A distant aunt had died and left her an inheritance. The amount was exact. Was it a coincidence? No. Her subconscious moved the strings to fulfill the image she held. The attitude of gratitude. The accelerator of wealth is gratitude. A grateful heart is always close to the riches of the universe. If you give thanks for the little you have, it will become much. If you complain, even the little will be lost. Chapter 3. Divine Healing. Your body is the temple of the living God. It is a miraculous instrument, designed with a precision that no human science can fully replicate. But beyond its biology, your body is something simpler and deeper. Your body is a shadow of your mind. If you place your hand in front of a light, you project a shadow on the wall. It's a reflection. If the shadow is deformed, you do not try to fix the wall. You fix the hand that projects it. In the same way, illness, pain, and weakness are shadows projected on the screen of your flesh by the movements of your mind. The body has no power to get sick by itself, nor to heal itself disconnected from the mind. It is matter animated by life. In this chapter, we are going to activate the divine healing principle that resides in your subconscious. No matter what the medical diagnosis is, no matter how incurable they say your condition is, for the infinite, there are no degrees of difficulty. Healing a cancer or healing a scratch is the same process for the creating mind, the architect and the builder. Think about this. Years ago, you were a single microscopic cell, a fertilized cell. In that tiny cell resided an infinite intelligence that knew exactly how to build you. It knew how to form your eyes to see, your heart to pump blood, and your brain to think. No one taught that cell how to do it. That intelligence built your body from nothing, and here is the irrefutable logic. The power that created the body is the only power that can heal it. If your subconscious knows how to build a perfect liver from scratch, does it not know how to repair a damaged one? Of course it knows. The problem is not the builder's capacity. The problem is that the architect, you, your conscious mind, is passing faulty blueprints or interfering with the work. When you worry, when you fear, when you hate, you are interfering with the divine pattern of perfect health. You are introducing static into the signal. The healing process consists simply of getting out of the way, the lie of the incurable. Often people come to me trembling with a fatal diagnosis in hand and they say, "Dr. Murphy, the doctor says it's incurable." I tell them what I tell you now. Etymologically and metaphysically, the word incurable only means one thing, that it must be cured from within, incurable. You have the power. There are no incurable diseases. There are only incurable people. Those who refuse to let go of their destructive mental patterns are incurable. If you believe your disease is a punishment from God, you will not heal. If you believe it is bad luck or immutable genetics, you will not heal, because your belief is the law of your life. But if you come to understand that illness is simply a sign that you have been thinking wrongly, and that by changing the thought you change your body's chemistry, then the miracle is inevitable. The 11-month renewal. Science tells us the body changes its cells constantly. You change your skin every month. You change your skeleton soon. It is estimated that in a period of 11 months, you have a completely new body. Not a single atom of the body you had a year ago is with you today. Physically, you are a new being every year. Then why is that tumor still there? Why is that arthritis still there? If the body is new, the disease should have gone with the old body. The reason is revealing. Because your mind has maintained the mold. Your body renews itself, but it does so following the blueprint you give it. If you keep thinking about your ulcer or the resentment that caused it, the new cells will settle in the old sick pattern. It is like putting new bricks on a crooked wall. Break the mold. The poison of resentment and guilt. I must be very clear with you. I have discovered that the main cause of chronic illness is not germs or weather. It is repressed toxic emotions. Specifically, resentment, hate, guilt, and condemnation. Imagine you take corrosive acid and pour it over delicate wires. The system will fail. Hate is mental acid. When you hate someone, you generate toxins in your blood. You literally poison yourself. I have seen cases of deforming arthritis miraculously disappear when the person sincerely forgave a family member. I have seen asthma disappear when the patient stopped feeling suffocated by a dominant mother. Release it. Ulcers do not come from what you eat. They come from what is eating you. If you want to heal your body, you must first heal your soul. You must do a general cleaning. You must forgive everyone who has hurt you. You cannot have physical health and hate in your heart at the same time. They are incompatible vibrations. Choose one. How to apply prayer therapy. So how do we flip the switch? How do we tell the subconscious to repair the damage? Using scientific prayer or spiritual treatment. It is not about begging God to please heal you. God already wants you to be healthy, just as the sun wants to illuminate you. You just have to step out of the shadow. Step 1. Withdraw attention from the symptom. As long as you keep looking at the lump or the pain with fear, you are feeding it. Attention is energy. Take your attention away from the physical problem and bring it to the spiritual truth. Step 2. Remember that the infinite intelligence is within you, and its nature is harmony and peace. Step 3. Affirm the healing. Use a prayer built to evoke the feeling of health. Step 4. Let go. Hand over the request to your subconscious with the same confidence you give a letter to the postman. You know it will be delivered. You do not doubt. You relax. Trust the process. The internal intelligence will take care of the rest. A master prayer for total health. I suggest you use this prayer. Read it aloud twice a day. My body and all its organs were created by the infinite intelligence of my subconscious mind. It knows how to heal me. Its wisdom fashions and perfects all my organs, tissues, muscles, and bones. This presence flows through me right now. This infinite healing presence flows through me right now, transforming every atom of my being into harmony with God's perfect pattern. I give thanks for the healing taking place now. Wonderful are the works of the creative intelligence within me. I am healthy, I am whole, I am perfect, it is so. By doing this, you are rewriting the code. The case of the blind pianist. I remember the case of a man who was losing his sight. The doctors told him he would go blind. I talked to him and discovered he had a terrible fear of the future. He didn't want to see what was coming. His subconscious responded to his desire to not see by turning off his eyes. He was hiding. I taught him to say, "Infinite intelligence reveals my true place in life. I see success and I see the hand of God in everything. My physical vision is restored to correspond to my spiritual vision." He imagined the doctor saying, "It's a miracle." In a year he regained his sight. The dead nerve revived because he wanted to see again. Talk to your organs. Your body is intelligent. Each part has its own local mind. You can talk to your body. If your stomach hurts, do not get angry with it. Do not say, "Cursed stomach." That tenses it more. Speak to it like a scared child. Say, "Peace. Be still. Relax. I order you to relax. All is well. Digest in peace." If you speak with authority and love, your organs obey. They have to obey because you are the master, the conscious mind. Once, a singer came to me before an audition. Her throat was closed by stage fright. I told her, "Talk to your vocal cords." She told them, "I have no fear." Vocal cords relax and vibrate with divine harmony. Sleep, the night shift of healing. You must understand the vital importance of sleep. When you sleep, your conscious mind, the one that worries, turns off. This is the moment when the subconscious has a clear path. 90% of healing happens while you sleep. The subconscious works faster when you do not disturb it with doubts. That is why you should never go to sleep angry. Never go to sleep reviewing your symptoms. If you fall asleep thinking, "It hurts so much, tomorrow I'll be worse," you are giving an order of destruction. Do the opposite. Use the lullaby technique. Just before sleep, repeat, "Divine healing and perfection. Fall asleep in health. Faith is the catalyst." In the Bible, Jesus often said, "Thy faith hath made thee whole." He did not say, "I have saved you." He said, "Thy faith." What is faith? It is the confident expectation that the inner power will respond. It doesn't matter if your faith is in a saint, a pill, or your subconscious. If faith is strong, it responds. Bless doctors and medicines. This is important. Do not be a fanatic. Divine healing does not mean you should stop seeing the doctor. God works through doctors. God works through surgery and through medicine. They are all manifestations of the infinite intelligence to help you. Use medical science and use mental science together. If you take a pill, bless it. Say, "This pill is an instrument of the divinity to restore my balance. I take it with love and it works perfectly." This eliminates fear and boosts the effect of medical treatment, reducing complications and accelerating recovery. Trust that every tool is being used for your highest good and health. The water of life, practical technique. Here is an ancient technique. Water is an excellent psychic conductor. Take a glass of water. Hold it with both hands. Close your eyes. For 1 minute, project thoughts of health, light, and purity into the water. Imagine a golden light charging the water. Make it a powerful medicine. Say, This is the water of life and healing. As I drink it, it purifies every cell in my body. Drink it slowly. Do this every time you drink water. You are charging the physical element with spiritual vibration. Your body, which is 70% water, will respond to this information. It is a simple but powerful way to heal yourself daily. Overcoming fear of relapse. Many people heal and then get sick again because they fear relapse. They look back. They are like Lot's wife in the Bible. They looked back and turned into a pillar of salt. Do not look back. Do not talk about your old operations. Do not tell everyone about your past pains. Bury them. Focus on the now. Consider your past illness as a nightmare from which you have awakened. You don't analyze nightmares, you forget them. Keep your gaze forward on health. You are a new being every day. Claim your health, live in it, and do not allow the ghost of the past to inhabit your present temple. You are free, you are whole, and you are healed. Chapter 4. The Art of Scientific Prayer. If you had to build a bridge, you would follow the mathematical and physical rules of engineering. You would not kneel by the riverbank to beg God for the bridge to stand by magic. You would calculate the tensions and choose the materials. Prayer, correctly understood, is not superstition. It is spiritual engineering and divine logic. There is a great difference between traditional prayer, blind and full of fear, and scientific prayer. Blind prayer sometimes works due to an intense emotional faith, but scientific prayer always works because it is based on a universal law, the law of action and reaction. Your thought is the action, the response is the reaction. It is certain. Un mendigo pide algo que cree que no tiene. Un científico extrae algo que sabe que está ahí. Let's turn you into a scientist of your own life. Your thought is the initial charge. The response of your subconscious is the automatic discharge. If the action is correct, the reaction is inevitable. It is not a matter of luck. It is alignment. The number one enemy, effort. Here is the paradox that confuses millions. In the mental world, the more you struggle, the less you achieve. This is the opposite of the physical world. In the physical world, if you want to move a heavy rock, you have to push hard. In the mental world, if you use force, you block the output instantly. The reason is the law of reversed effort. This law says, when your desires and your imagination are in conflict, your imagination invariably wins the day. Suppose there is a wooden plank on the ground. I ask you to walk on it. You will do it without a problem. Your desire to walk and your imagination of doing it are aligned in peace. Now suppose I place that same plank 300 feet high between two buildings. Your desire is to walk across. But your imagination visualizes the fall. It screams, "You're going to fall." The more you struggle not to fall, the more tension you create. Your effort to maintain balance becomes the very cause of your fall. This is the law. The same happens when you pray for money or health with anxiety. You say, "I want to heal," desire. But your imagination says, "I am very sick. This is serious." Imagination. Your effort to heal creates tension, which is a danger order for the subconscious, perpetuating the disease. Scientific prayer must be effortless and calm. It must be gentle and full of peace. You have to seduce the subconscious, not violate it. The subconscious does not respond to coercion, it responds to faith and relaxed acceptance. In quietness and in confidence shall be your strength. It is about a deep inner surrender to the truth of the solution already being present and active. The 3 steps of scientific prayer. For a prayer to be effective, it must follow an ordered procedure. Step 1. Recognition. Admit the problem exists physically, but deny it spiritually. Step 2. Acceptance. Affirm that the solution already exists. Hand it over with certainty. Step 3. Gratitude. Give thanks as if it has happened. You do not need to repeat this 1,000 times like a parrot. Once is enough if done with total conviction. If you repeat it, it is not to convince God, but to convince yourself and reduce your own anxiety. Gratitude is the seal that closes the envelope before sending it. It is the final confirmation of your absolute trust in the law. Technique 1. Visualization, the mental movie. The easiest way to impress the subconscious is through images. The subconscious is a recorder of images. Step 1. Sit comfortably and relax. Step 2. Disconnect from the outside world. Step 3. Build a brief and concrete mental image of the final result. Do not visualize the process. If you want to sell a house, visualize yourself holding the sales check in your hand. Feel the texture of the paper. Look at the exact amount. Give thanks to the buyer. Feel the deep relief of saying, "Sold." Repeat this movie in your mind until you feel the naturalness of the scene. The subconscious will reveal the photo in reality. Technique 2. The Baudouin method. Drowsiness. Charles Baudouin discovered that the best time to impregnate the subconscious is during a state of drowsiness, theta state. In this state, conscious effort is reduced and the barrier drops. Instructions. Get into a sleepy state like just before bed. Condense your desire into a short phrase. Use a phrase with 5 or 6 words like a lullaby. If you want health, divine perfection now. If you want wealth, divine success and wealth. Repeat this phrase over and over, moving your lips softly until you fall asleep. Do not force it. Let the phrase penetrate your deep mind. The infinite will work on it throughout the night. Technique 3. The gratitude method. Sometimes fear is so strong that we cannot visualize. If we try to visualize wealth, we see poverty. In those cases, the best technique is pure gratitude. Gratitude bypasses the ego. The ego cannot argue with a thank you. Relax and simply begin to say, "Thank you, Father, thank you, Father." Repeat it, thinking of your desire. By doing this, your mind rises to a state of reception. Gratitude implies, by definition, that something has been given. If you say "thank you" with feeling, your subconscious assumes, "Oh, something good has happened. I must manifest it." It is one of the most subtle and powerful ways to pray. Technique 4. The argumentative method. This is for logical people who cannot have blind faith. It consists of arguing with your fear like a lawyer in court until you convince yourself of the truth. If you fear illness, respond, "Objection. That is not true. My body is energy. The intelligence that created me knows how to repair me." Reason with yourself until fear dissolves before the logic of spiritual truth. When your internal verdict is sane, the subconscious executes the sentence. You argue with spiritual facts. You convince yourself that the healing is logical and certain. Once the mind is convinced, the physical result must follow according to the law. Why prayers fail? Generally, it is for one of 2 reasons: lack of confidence, doubt, or effort, coercion. You finish your prayer and 5 minutes later you say, "Oh, I don't know if it will work." You just neutralized your prayer. You dug up the seed to see if it had roots. The subconscious does not obey force or desperate commands. You must have divine indifference. This means that after praying you must feel such peace that it matters little if it happens, because you know it will. Like ordering a coffee in a restaurant, you don't get tense, you don't check the kitchen, you relax, knowing the coffee is coming. That tranquility is the true definition of faith, the power of Amen. The word Amen is not just a religious closure, it means, "So be it," or "It is done." It is a legal seal. When you say Amen, you must feel that you have closed the deal. There is no more discussion. The case is closed. Do not touch the subject with doubts again. If fear returns, say, "It is done, thank you, Father." Real case, the lawsuit woman. A woman was terrified of a legal trial. I taught her to use the Baudouin method. Every night she imagined the end of the trial. She visualized her lawyer shaking her hand and saying, "It has been a perfect settlement." She didn't worry about the details. She just felt the relief of the final handshake. Within a week, she received an out-of-court settlement offer that was beneficial for both parties. The conflict dissolved. What happened? Her subconscious influenced the minds of the plaintiffs, since we are all one in the deep layers, and led them to a peaceful solution. She held the vision and the physical bridge appeared. Do not use willpower, use imagination. I want to emphasize this. Willpower is from the conscious mind. Imagination touches the subconscious. Do not say, "I will force myself to quit smoking." Will. Say, "I see myself free, breathing clean air." Imagination. Willpower is tense, imagination is relaxed. Use the key, don't push the car. Scientific prayer for specific problems. To find right action when you don't know what to decide. The infinite intelligence within me knows all the answers. It reveals the perfect decision to me now. I recognize the divine lead and I act on it. I give thanks for the perfect solution that is already on its way to manifest. To sell a property. The infinite intelligence attracts to me the perfect buyer for this house, who wants it and will prosper in it. This buyer is sent by the divine mind. The price is fair and correct. Our paths cross in divine order right now. I release the house with love. It is done. Use your own words, but feel the truth in them. For forgiveness and peace of mind. The river of God's peace floods my mind. I forgive everyone and I forgive myself. I am free from all burdens. Harmony, peace, and love are my permanent guests. I am free and they are free. Repeat this until the feeling of peace is your dominant state. The subconscious will then make it your reality. Chapter 5. Relationships and Love. Man is not an island. You have come into this world to relate. Your life is, in essence, a series of relationships, with yourself, with God, and with your fellow men. If you have all the money in the world but your relationships are a hell of conflict, loneliness, and resentment, then you are a failure. Success does not compensate for a broken heart. Many believe that love is a lottery. They think finding the ideal partner is a matter of luck. Nothing is further from the truth. In the world of the mind, there are no accidents. The people in your life today, from your partner to your annoying boss, are there for a scientific reason? You have attracted them. Your subconscious is a magnet. If you attract people who lie to you, it is because there is a lie within you. If you attract people who love and respect you, it is because you love and respect yourself. As within, so without. In this chapter, we will apply the law of the subconscious to heal your current relationships and learn to live in peace with everyone. The mirror principle. Start by accepting this hard truth. Everything that bothers you about others is something you have not resolved in yourself. The world is a gigantic system of mirrors. When you say, "I hate arrogant people," you are revealing that you have a repressed arrogance or an inferiority complex. It is a resonance. If you were completely at peace with yourself, others' arrogance would not bother you. You would simply observe it with compassion or indifference, like observing a grey cloud. You do not get angry with the cloud. If you want to change your partner, stop. It is useless. Trying to change the mirror by rubbing the glass is madness. You have to change your face. If you change your mental attitude toward others, they will be forced by spiritual law to change their attitude toward you or leave your life. They have no choice. Your vibration is felt. If you judge your husband internally, even if you smile, he will feel the judgment and react with hostility. How to attract the ideal partner. Many tell me, "Dr. Murphy, I am alone. All men, women are the same." By saying that, they sign their sentence of loneliness. If you want to attract the ideal partner, stop looking outside and start building them inside. You must build the mental equivalent of what you desire. You attract what you are. You cannot attract a prince if you vibrate like an emotional beggar. You cannot attract a loyal person if you are jealous and distrustful. Technique. Sit quietly and relax. Do not think of a specific face. Thinking of a specific person to force them is psychic manipulation and ends badly. Think about the qualities. What do you seek? Honesty, humor, spirituality, success, loyalty. Make a list. Then speak to your subconscious. I am now attracting a person who is honest, sincere, loyal, peaceful, and prosperous. These qualities are sinking into my mind now. I am an irresistible attraction for this person, and they are for me. We unite in divine love. It is done. The case of the woman who attracted alcoholics. Sheila had been married 3 times to alcoholics. I told her, "It's not luck, Sheila, it's a pattern." We discovered her father had been an alcoholic. Her subconscious had a recording. Man, alcoholic. She had to break the pattern. She had to forgive her father and visualize a new man. She affirmed, "I deserve a sober, strong, and kind man." It took weeks of mental discipline, but she finally broke the cycle. Her 4th husband was a wonderful man. If you repeat the same problem in your relationships, stop blaming others. Look at your internal mold. Change the blueprint and the house will change accordingly. The true meaning of marriage. Marriage is not a signed paper. It is a union of 2 minds and 2 hearts. It is a state of consciousness where 2 people move toward a common goal. What God hath joined together, let not man put asunder. This means if two minds are truly united in harmony, no external circumstance can separate them. But if there is hate, God has not joined them. Fear or convenience has. Marriage is not 50-50. That is a business. Marriage is 100-100. Each must give 100%, without expecting the other to fill their gaps. Your partner is not there to make you happy. You must be happy and share that with them. Don't be an emotional vampire. The error of wanting to change the other. The number one error that destroys homes is the attempt to alter the partner. This is an insult to the other's integrity. No one changes unless they want to change. When you try to change your spouse with criticism and nagging, you destroy their self-esteem and create a wall of resentment. If your partner has flaws, the only way to help is through silent prayer. Stop nagging. Instead, visualize your partner being as you would like them to be, but do it with love. Affirm, my spouse is being guided by God. They are loving, prosperous, and happy. As you change your concept of them, they will rise to fulfill it. Resolving conflicts. It takes two to fight. If one refuses to fight and stays calm, the fire dies without oxygen. When your partner screams, do not react. Remember they are screaming from their own pain or fear. It is not personal. Say mentally, the peace of God is in you. I involve you in harmony. Center yourself in the light. If you respond with anger, you drop to their vibration. If you respond with calm, you lift them up. A practical tip: never go to sleep angry. If there is a problem, resolve it or agree to talk tomorrow, but end the night with a kind word. Sleeping with resentment programs the subconscious to create more conflict the next day. Divorce, sin or liberation? People ask if divorce is a sin. I ask, is the marriage a hell? If living together is a state of constant war and unhappiness, that is the real sin. The target of life is peace. God does not want you to live in hell. If you have done everything and it remains destructive, divorce may be right action. Do not divorce on a whim, but do not stay out of fear. If you separate, do it with love. Do not speak ill of your ex. If you hate them, you are still married to them mentally. To be truly free, you must let them go. Say, I release you and I release myself. Go in peace. Only then can you attract a healthy new love into your life. Dealing with difficult people. I call them irregular people. They are mentally distorted, full of poison. What do? First, do not let them drag you into their mud. If someone insults you and you take offense, you have become their slave. No one can offend you without your consent. Use the technique of spiritual immunity. Imagine you are surrounded by a glass bell. The insults hit the glass and fall. Look at the difficult person and say, poor soul, they are suffering. I wish them peace. By blessing them, you take away their power to harm you. Love is the only force that turns an enemy into a friend or moves them away peacefully from your path. The problem of jealousy. Jealousy is not a proof of love, it is a proof of insecurity. If you are jealous, you are saying, I am not enough. I am afraid someone better will take what I have. It is an emotional bankruptcy, and jealousy is creative. If you assume betrayal, you project that image and push your partner toward it. To cure jealousy, cure yourself. Affirm your own value. Say, I am lovable, I am valuable, I am worthy of love. God loves me. My partner loves me because I am me. I have no competition because I am unique. When you fill yourself with self-love, fear of loss vanishes. Freedom is magnetic. It draws people closer to you. The third partner. In every successful relationship there is a third partner, God, the principle of harmony. If a marriage is just two egos fighting, it will fail. If it is a triangle where both look toward the truth, it will triumph. Pray together if you can. When you invite infinite wisdom, problems are solved in magical ways. Prayer to attract love. I know I am one with infinite intelligence. There is a person seeking me as I seek them. My subconscious knows their name. I call them now. They are a person of integrity and loyalty. We unite in divine order. I prepare to receive them. I keep my mental house ready. I give thanks because it is already done. Prayer to heal a crisis. My marriage is a divine idea. What God has joined, no man can separate. I call for peace and understanding in my home. I see my spouse as God sees them, radiant and free. I bless my partner. There is no resentment. Harmony reigns in this house. We respect each other. We love each other. Thank you, Father. Chapter 6. Casting out mental monsters. Man has no external enemies. There are no demons with pitchforks waiting to torture you, nor a cruel fate conspiring against you. The only demons that exist are the ones you yourself breed, feed, and house in the home of your mind. Their names are legion, but the three most destructive ones are fear, worry, and guilt. They are the true enemies. These three monsters are responsible for more illness, bankruptcy, and premature deaths than any virus known to science. They are energy vampires. They suck your vitality, cloud your judgment, and paralyze your action. But I have good news for you. They are illusions, they are shadows, and a shadow has no substance. It cannot hurt you. A shadow cannot hurt you unless you get scared of it, and in your panic hurt yourself. In this chapter, we are going to turn on the light, and when the light is turned on, the shadows, no matter how large and terrifying they seem, disappear instantly. We are going to learn to cast these intruders out of your mental temple for good. Fear, the great liar. Ralph Waldo Emerson said, "Do what you fear, and the death of fear is certain. But to do what you fear, you must first understand what fear is. Fear is simply a thought in your mind. It is not a thing. You cannot put fear in a jar. It is a negative emotion generated by the anticipation of a future evil. It is the destructive use of your imagination. There are two types of fear. One, normal fear. It is the instinct of self-preservation. This is good. It is infinite intelligence protecting your life. 2. Abnormal fear. It is chronic, imaginary, and pathological fear. Fear of failure, of poverty, or of the future. This fear destroys you. Abnormal fear is created when you allow your imagination to run wild without control. You begin to imagine catastrophic scenarios. By doing this, you are practicing reverse prayer. Remember, what you fear, you attract. Job said, "For the thing which I greatly feared is come upon me." Fear is faith in evil. It is a form of practical atheism. The displacement technique, law of substitution. How do you kill fear? You cannot fight fear with willpower. If you say, "I will not be afraid," you are concentrating on fear and making it bigger. The only way is through the law of substitution. Your mind can only hold one dominant thought at a time. It cannot think of success and failure. Therefore, if you fill your mind with thoughts of faith, fear is expelled for lack of space. It is like pushing air out of a bottle by filling it with water. When the thought of fear arrives, "I'm going to fail," do not fight it. Immediately, as a mental judoka, substitute it with its positive opposite. "God is my partner and I cannot fail." Do it every time. At first, fear will return 50 times a day. You substitute it 50 times. Eventually, fear will get tired and leave. You will have rewired your brain. Overcoming the fear of poverty. This is one of the most common fears. It paralyzes men. Fear of poverty is in essence a lack of trust in the divine supply. It is a block. To defeat it, you must recognize that your security does not depend on your job or the economy. Your security depends on your capacity to produce wealth, which is internal. If a bird perches on a branch, it is not afraid of the branch breaking. Its trust is not in the branch, it is in its own wings. Trust your wings, your subconscious. Say, "If I lose everything today, my subconscious mind will give me new ideas tomorrow to build a better empire. I'm a machine of value generation." When you know you carry the gold mine within, the fear of losing external gold disappears. Worry, interest paid in advance. Worry is the habit of paying interest on problems that may never come. It is a criminal waste of mental energy. Doctors know that worry causes heart problems and ulcers. It is a slow drip of poison in your system. Worry is a negative internal conversation. Your subconscious hears this and says, "Understood. Let's block all exits." The worrier is like a captain running in circles instead of taking the helm. The solution to worry. You must cut the cycle. When you catch yourself worrying, say out loud, "Stop," and then use this master affirmation, "This problem too shall pass. There is a divine solution, and I accept it now. I relax in the certainty that God is in command." Imagine you take the problem and put it on a high shelf called infinite mind. Say you take care of this, I'm going to sleep. By releasing worry, you free the energy necessary for the solution to appear. Guilt, the silent killer. Of all the monsters, guilt is the most insidious. Guilt is aggression directed toward oneself. Many people carry an enormous burden of subconscious guilt. They feel bad or unworthy. The subconscious obeys the law of correspondence. Guilt, punishment. If you feel guilty, your subconscious will find a way to punish you to relieve the pressure. How does it punish you? Accidents. You fall, you cut yourself. Losses. You lose your wallet. Sickness. You develop chronic pain as physical penance. You must stop it. Understand this. God does not punish you. Life does not punish you. You punish yourself. If you put your hand in the fire, you get burned. It is not that the fire is punishing you. It is a physical law. If you misuse your mind, you suffer. It is not an angry God. It is an impersonal mental law. Sin is simply an error of aim. The word sin comes from the Greek hamartia, which meant simply to miss the mark. To sin is not to be evil, it is to miss the shot. If an archer misses the shot, he does not flagellate himself. He simply corrects the posture and shoots again. That is what you must do with your past errors. Recognize it, repair it, ask for forgiveness, and then, most importantly, forgive yourself and forget. Wallowing in remorse is not a virtue, it is vanity. It is believing your error is so big that God cannot dissolve it. Do not give yourself so much importance. The ocean of life is so big that your sin is like a drop of black ink in the sea. The sea dissolves it instantly. Case of the architect with bad luck. A brilliant architect always had bad luck. Just as he was about to sign a big contract, he would get sick. Analyzing his mind, we discovered he had cheated his brother in an inheritance 20 years ago. His subconscious was full of guilt. Every time success approached, his inner judge sabotaged him. He was paying a perpetual penance. I told him to send an anonymous check to his brother to restore the balance, and then say a self-forgiveness prayer. He did it. He cried. He was liberated. His bad luck ceased instantly. Guilt was the anchor. Once it was cut, the ship sailed. Fear of the opinion of others. Many live terrified by what they say. This fear turns you into a slave. It makes you live others' lives, not your own. You fear criticism. Remember this. No one criticizes you unless, deep down, you are criticizing yourself. External criticism only hurts if it agrees with an internal doubt. If someone calls you a green elephant, you laugh because you know you are not one. If someone calls you a failure and it hurts, it's because part of you suspects you are. To overcome this fear, you must rise in your own esteem. When you know you are a child of God, the opinion of the world slides off you. Say, I answer to my own conscience. The opinion of others is irrelevant. People respect those who respect themselves. Fear of the future and death. The supreme fear is the fear of the unknown. The cure is to understand that life is eternal. You do not have a soul, you are a soul. You have a body. When the body wears out, you continue. Death is just a change of frequency. There is nothing to fear in the other room. God will take care of you there too. As for the future does not exist. The future is just the present that hasn't arrived yet. If you take care of your present, sowing good thoughts today, your future must be good by the law of cause and effect. Expect the best, and the best will come. Having fear of the future is like sowing roses and fearing nettles will grow. Technique of the ocean of peace. When you feel overwhelmed by anxiety, use this calming visualization. Sit and close your eyes. Imagine you are a sponge submerged in an infinite ocean of liquid, warm light. That ocean is the love of God. Feel how that light enters your pores, filling every cell, casting out darkness and tension. Say mentally, I am surrounded by the peace of God. All is well. Peace flows in me like a river. My fears dissolve in the ocean of love. I am safe. I am protected. I am at peace. Stay there for 5 minutes. When you open your eyes, the monster will have shrunk until it disappeared. Use this whenever you feel a lack of inner stability. Prayer to banish fear. God is my refuge and my strength. There is no power that can challenge God, and God is with me. Divine love surrounds me and protects me. No evil can touch me because my mind is full of God's truth. I am brave, I am strong, I am free. Fear is a shadow. God is the light. I walk with faith. Prayer for self-forgiveness. I forgive my past errors. I learned and I grew. I am not the same man I was yesterday. I release myself from all self-condemnation. God loves me and accepts me as I am. I see myself as innocent and free. The peace of God floods my soul and cleanses all stains. I am free. Use this to wash your subconscious mind. Case of the worried mother. Many mothers get sick worrying about their children. They think worrying is love. It is not. Worrying is projecting shadows onto your children. If you fear your son will have an accident, you are visualizing it and sending that destructive energy. One mother was hysterical about her son's motorcycle trips. I told her, "You are using your power to try to kill your son. Stop." I taught her to say, "Divine intelligence guides his hands and feet. He is surrounded by the armor of God." She calmed down. The son, who used to be reckless, suddenly became more cautious. A mother's telepathy is powerful. Use it to bless, not to curse with fears. Mental monsters are schoolyard bullies. They seem big and dangerous, but they are cowards. They only attack you when they see you weak and afraid. The moment you turn around, look them in the eye and say, "I am the child of God. You have no power over me." They flee. You are the master of your house. Own your internal kingdom. Do not allow unwanted tenants to live in your mind without paying rent and destroying the furniture. Throw them out, close the door, and fill your house with guests of light, faith, hope, love, and joy. You are the captain. You decide who stays and who goes. From this day forward, let only the best thoughts inhabit your mind. Chapter 7. The Hidden Meaning of Dreams. You spend 1/3 of your life sleeping. If you live 90 years, you will spend 30 years in the world of dreams. Do you really believe that the Creator, in His infinite wisdom, designed this third of your existence just for the body to rest? Do you think it is dead time, a black void without purpose? If you think so, you are wasting power. The Bible says, "He giveth His beloved sleep." And in Job we read, "In a dream, in a vision of the night, when deep sleep falleth upon men, in slumberings upon the bed, then He openeth the ears of men, and sealeth their instruction." Listen well. God speaks to you in dreams. Your subconscious mind uses the silence to give you answers. The dream is the night shift of your soul. While your resting body and your ego turn off, your true self is released from the limitations of time and space. It travels, repairs, builds, and sees the future. In this chapter, you will learn to enter sleep like a king, who enters his private council to receive divine instructions. Why do we sleep? The metaphysical explanation. Science says we sleep to repair tissues. Metaphysics goes further. We sleep because our soul tires of the limitations of the physical senses. During the day, you are trapped in the prison of the 5 senses. You are worried about bills. This friction wears out your vital battery. Sleep is the retreat of the soul toward the source to recharge. It is like plugging your phone into the socket. You dive into the ocean of subconsciousness, where there is no time or pain, and you absorb divine energy. If you don't sleep, you lose touch with the source. But sleep has an active function, problem-solving. It is a tool. Your subconscious never sleeps. It controls your heart 24 hours a day. Since it never sleeps, if you give it a task before bed, it will work on it all night while you rest. Many of history's great discoveries happened in dreams. Stevenson dreamed the plot of Dr. Jekyll. Niels Bohr saw the structure of the atom. You have that same genius. The Office of Solutions. Imagine you have a legal or financial problem that seems impossible. Your conscious mind goes round and round, but only sees walls. The law of reversed effort says that the more you worry, the more you block the answer. The solution is to delegate the problem to the night shift. It has all the information. Your subconscious has access to the universal mind. It knows everything. It sees the intentions of others and sees future probabilities. If you learn to incubate a dream, you can wake up with the solution served on a silver platter. Step 1. Relax and forgive everyone. Step 2. Talk to your subconscious like a wise person. Step 3. Say, "You know everything. You know the perfect solution. Reveal the answer clearly upon awakening. Step 4. Repeat a keyword like wealth or healing until you fall asleep. Step 5. Upon waking, stay still for a few minutes. Often the answer comes as a first thought or a vivid memory. The subconscious always responds, persist. The case of the lost will. A man was desperate because his father's will was missing. Without it, they would lose their home. I told him, "Your father is gone, but your minds are connected in the universal mind. Your subconscious knows where it is." I taught him the incubation technique. He asked the infinite for the location. On the third night, he dreamed of his father. In the dream, his father simply pointed to an old coat hanging in the back of a forgotten closet in the attic. The man woke up, ran to the attic, and unstitched the lining of the coat. There was the will. It wasn't magic. It was subjective wisdom. The information was already in the field. Premonitory dreams. Is the future written? People ask, "I dreamed of an accident. Is it fate?" Listen well. Fate is not a stone. It is a tendency. Your subconscious is a perfect calculation machine. It takes your current causes, thoughts and habits, and projects the future effect. It is a radar telling you to change the course. If you have a negative dream, do not be afraid. Give thanks for the warning, and then change your vibration. Use prayer to cancel the dream. Say, "I cancel this prediction. I declare divine protection and harmony." By changing the mental cause, you change the future effect. The bad dream does not come true because you changed paths. Follow your nightly hunches. They are the infinite intelligence protecting you. How to interpret symbols. Do not buy cheap dream books. The language of dreams is symbolic and personal. Your subconscious speaks to you with your symbols. To interpret a dream, understand that everything in the dream is you. It is your own projection. If you dream of a thief in your house, the thief is a part of you, a fear that is stealing your peace. The house is your mind. If you dream of a car without brakes, the car is your life. The lack of brakes symbolizes that you feel you have lost control. Ask yourself, what do I feel in the dream? The emotion is the secret key. Water usually represents emotions. Fire represents purification or anger. Flying represents freedom. Falling represents insecurity. Do not analyze the dream with logic. Feel it. Ask your subconscious, "What do you want to tell me with this?" And the answer will arrive as an intuition. Your soul knows the meaning of every single image. Nightmares disguised friends. Do not fear nightmares. Nightmares are the way your subconscious screams at you when you don't listen to its whispers. They are the escape valve for repressed emotions. If you repress hate or fear during the day, it will come out at night as a monster. It is a cleansing. Face it in your waking hours. If you have recurring nightmares, there is an unresolved conflict. Forgive who you need to forgive, release the fear, and before sleeping, fill your mind with peace. Read Psalm 91 or 23. They are the best antidotes against nightmares. He that dwelleth in the secret place of the Most High shall abide under the shadow of the Almighty. Night learning, super learning. Your subconscious learns much faster than your conscious mind. You can use sleep to learn languages or master skills. If you are studying, read your notes right before bed. Order your mind. Assimilate this. File it. Remind me tomorrow. During the night, the subconscious organizes the data. Retention is 50% higher if you study before sleep. I knew an actor who couldn't memorize his lines. I told him, "Stop struggling. Read the script relaxed before bed and tell your deep mind, you know every word. Tomorrow they will flow with grace." He did it. He stopped fighting. The next day he recited the text without a single error. Healing during sleep. As we saw, the body repairs best at night. If you have an illness, use the night as your private hospital. Do not go to sleep complaining about pain. Go to sleep visualizing yourself healthy. Say, "I am going to sleep to wake up in life. Tomorrow I will be stronger." Your internal pharmacy works while you rest. There are documented cases of people who went to sleep with a tumor and woke up without it. The subconscious, operating at high speed without the interference of conscious doubt, can restructure matter in hours. It is the builder of your body. Trust it during the night hours and let it work its miracles of restoration and perfect life. Astral travel. Sometimes you will feel that you leave your body or visit far places. Do not be afraid. You are a spiritual being. You are not confined to your body. During sleep, we sometimes visit higher planes to receive instruction from beings of light, or we visit loved ones who have passed away. In the mind, there is no death. Technique to wake up happy. Many wake up tired because they took their problems to bed. You can program your awakening. If you tell your subconscious, "Wake me up at 7 a.m. with energy and joy," you will wake up at 6:59, before the alarm, feeling fresh. Cleanse your mind. I release today. I forgive everyone. I am at peace. Try this. Infinite intelligence recharges me tonight. I am one with God. Tomorrow will be a wonderful day. I will wake up happy and full of love. I guarantee your life will change. Morning depression will vanish. Joy comes in the morning if you invite it at night. Program your mind for a glorious start every single day of your life. The case of the blocked writer. A famous writer had writer's block. He was in financial panic. I suggested he stop looking at the blank page with fear. I told him, "Sit in your chair, close your eyes and say, 'My novel is finished in the divine mind. Subconscious, give me the story.'" He went to sleep. A story began to flow. He wrote the novel in 3 weeks. It was a hit. He told me, "I felt like someone was dictating to me." That someone was his own higher self, who had accessed the repository of universal stories while he slept. The block was removed by the night shift. Use your inner creative power to solve any stagnation you might be facing now. Nightly prayer of protection. Now I go to sleep in peace. I hand over all my burdens to the infinite wisdom that resides in me. It sustains my life and that of my loved ones. During the night I will be instructed, healed, and inspired. Divine love wraps me like a blanket. I will wake up in the joy of the new day. Chapter 8. Forgiveness as a door to grace. Imagine you are trying to water a beautiful garden with a hose. You turn on the tap. You wait for the water, but only a miserable, dirty, and scarce thread comes out. You check the source, and there is plenty of water. What is the problem? You examine the hose and discover that someone is stepping on it with a very heavy boot. It's blocked. As long as that boot remains there, no matter how much you open the tap, the water will not flow. That boot is resentment. The water is the grace of God, health, wealth, love, peace. You can pray, affirm, and visualize all day long, but if there is resentment in your heart against someone or against yourself, you are stepping on your hose. You are blocking the flow of infinite intelligence. In this chapter, we are going to perform the most important surgical operation of your life. We are going to remove the boot. Many students of mental laws fail because they try to build a new palace on rotten foundations. The Bible says, "When ye stand praying, forgive if ye have aught." It does not say forgive later, it says forgive while you pray. Because prayer cannot rise through an atmosphere of hate. Forgiveness is not a favor you do for your enemy. It is the only way to save yourself. It is the only way to clear the channel for your own blessings to arrive. You must liberate your energy to receive the new life. The anatomy of hate, the mental poison. We must strip forgiveness of its purely religious or moralistic connotation and see it for what it truly is, mental and biological hygiene. What happens in your body and mind when you hold a grudge? When you remember an offense, your subconscious mind does not know it happened 10 years ago. For the subconscious, it is happening right now. Your body reacts instantly. Your brain orders the secretion of stress hormones like cortisol and adrenaline. Your blood pressure rises. Your heart tenses. Your digestion stops. Your immune system is depressed. You are in a state of chemical warfare against yourself. It's a slow suicide. John Hunter, a famous doctor, once said, "My life is in the hands of any rascal who chooses to make me angry." He was right. He died shortly after a heated argument. His anger killed him. To hold a grudge is, literally, to drink rat poison and wait for the rat to die. The rat, your enemy, is happy somewhere else, ignorant of your pain. You are the only one writhing in pain. Resentment is an abscess in the soul. If you do not drain it, the infection will spread to your finances, your marriage, and your body in the form of ulcers, tumors, or neurosis. You must drain the poison out of your system to be truly healthy and wealthy. It is a vital requirement for your success. What forgiveness is not. Many people resist forgiving because they have a wrong idea of what it means. Let's clear this up so your logical mind stops resisting. 1. Forgiving is not justifying. You don't have to say, "It was okay." Theft is theft. You are not changing the fact. You are changing your reaction to the fact. You are letting go. 2. Forgiving is not forgetting. You cannot force amnesia, but you can remember without pain. A scar is a healed wound. You see it, you remember the cut, but it no longer hurts to touch. 3. Forgiving is not reconciling. You can forgive mentally and then stay away physically to protect yourself. You do not have to be anyone's doormat. 3. Forgiving is not weakness. It requires titanic spiritual strength to forgive. The weak never forgive. Forgiveness is the attribute of the strong. The mental surgery technique. Forgiveness is a deliberate mental act. It is not a feeling that is born in you. If you wait to feel like forgiving, you will die waiting. It's a decision. Step 1. The rational decision. Sit down and say, "I decide to forgive." Name. Not because they deserve it, but because I deserve peace. I refuse to think of them with pain for one more minute. Step 2. The calculated blessing. You have to wish them well. Why? Because you cannot wish someone well and hate them at the same time. It works. Say, "I release them and let them go. I completely forgive everything related to this matter. I am free and they are free." It is a wonderful feeling. Every time their image comes to mind, I will say, "I release you. I wish you peace." I do it freely, and I feel wonderfully light. At first, your ego will scream, but you must persist. You are retraining your subconscious. If you do it with persistence, a day will come when you say those words and feel they are true. On that day, the abscess will have broken. The healing will have begun. The acid test. How do I know if I have forgiven? If you touch your skin and scream in pain, the wound is still open. It's not healed. If someone mentions their name and you feel a sting in your stomach, or you start talking bad about them, you haven't forgiven. The test of forgiveness is benevolent indifference. It is when you can meet that person and feel nothing but a slight compassion. When the emotional charge disappears, the work is done. You are clean. Self-forgiveness, the severest judge. Often the hardest person to forgive is yourself. Many carry sacks of guilt for mistakes from 20 or 30 years ago. An abortion, a betrayal, lost money. Guilt is the cement that blocks the door of grace. Listen well, God does not judge you. Life does not judge you. Electricity does not judge. God is infinite love. In infinite love there is no room for condemnation. Neither do I condemn thee. Go and sin no more. The only person condemning you is yourself. You have set up a court in your mind. You are the judge, the jury, and the executioner. You have sentenced yourself to life hard labor. You must dissolve that court now. Understand that when you made that mistake, you did not have the wisdom you have now. You were scared or immature. You did the best you could with the state of consciousness you had then. To punish yourself today for what you did yesterday is madness. Learn the lesson, repair the damage if possible, and then let it go for good. The case of the man with an ulcer. A businessman came to me with a bleeding ulcer. He was pale and weak. We talked and the truth came out. He hated his partner. His partner had cheated him out of a large sum of money and run off with his wife. The man said, "I hope he rots in hell. I think about how to kill him every single day." I told him, "He is enjoying the money and the woman. You are the one who is rotting. Your hate is the cause of your ulcer. If you want to live, you have to forgive." He resisted. I explained that it wasn't about justice, but survival. I taught him the release prayer. I release, name. I choose health. He did it with many tears. Slowly, his stomach stopped hurting. In 3 weeks, the ulcer healed. A year later, his business thrived, and he learned that his ex-partner had lost all the money gambling. The law of cause and effect took care of the partner. Forgiveness saved the man. The connection between forgiveness and money. Resentment is a cause of poverty. I have seen brilliant men who cannot get out of debt. When analyzing their minds, you discover they hate the rich, or a stingy father, or the system. Hate contracts. Wealth requires expansion. If you are resentful about a job from 5 years ago, you are tied to it. You cannot move toward a new career because you are chained to the old desk. If you want money, forgive your debts mentally and forgive your debtors. It doesn't mean you don't collect what is owed. It means you stop suffering for it. Say, I bless the money that went away. I trust that God will restore it to me multiplied. That relaxed attitude unblocks the economic circulation. It lets the money flow back. Forgiveness is a vibration. Dr. David Hawkins places forgiveness far above pride and anger. When you forgive, you raise your vibrational frequency. You move from a dense state, where accidents happen, to a light state, where miracles happen. People who forgive quickly are magnetic. They have a glow. They draw in new opportunities. The burned letter technique. If you find it hard to forgive mentally, use a physical act. Write a letter to the person who offended you. Write everything. Pour out your anger, your pain, your insults. Do not censor yourself. No one will read it. Get all the pus out of the wound. When you are finished, take a deep breath. It's over. Write at the end, this is the past. Now I release you and I release myself. Thank you for the lesson. Goodbye. Then burn the letter. Watch the fire consume the paper. Feel your resentment go away with that smoke. The ashes are inert matter. The past is inert matter. Scatter the ashes and never speak of the subject again. It's closed. 70 times 7. Peter asked Jesus, how oft shall my brother sin against me, and I forgive him? Till 7 times. Jesus said, I say not unto thee until 7 times, but until 70 times 7. This is not a mathematical figure. It means until the subconscious accepts it. It means indefinitely, constant. Live in a state of forgiveness. Do not let the sun go down on your anger. Clean your mind every night like you brush your teeth. Accumulating small offenses creates a layer of tartar on your soul. Cleanse yourself every night. Say, I forgive everyone. They are children of God acting from their level of consciousness. I sleep in peace. You will wake up with energy. Love is the fulfillment of the law. In the end, forgiveness is an act of love, but not necessarily emotional love for the aggressor. It is love for the law of harmony. It is loving God's peace so much that you are not willing to sacrifice it for anything. If you hold a grudge, you value your right to be angry more than your peace. It's a bad deal. Choose peace, choose grace. When you forgive, the door of grace opens wide. Suddenly, prayers that had been stagnant for years are answered in days. Impossible healings occur. Money arrives from unexpected sources. Why? Because you took the boot off the hose. The channel is clean. God can pass through you now. Chapter 9. Aging is a myth. Society has hypnotized you. Since you were a child, you have heard the lie repeated over and over. You are born, you grow, you age, you deteriorate, and you die. They have told you that at 65, you are old. They have told you that memory loss is natural. I am here to tell you that this is a monumental lie. You are eternal life. Aging is not a merely biological process. It is a psychosomatic and social process. You age because you believe you must age. You age because your subconscious accepts the verdict of the collective conscience. But life, the vital principle that animates you, has no age. Does electricity have an age? Does love? No, it is timeless. You are life, divine electricity and love. The spirit has no wrinkles. The mind has no gray hair. Old age is not the flight of years. It is the dawn of wisdom. In this chapter, we are going to destroy the fear of time. We are going to reclaim our right to the eternal youth of the spirit. We are going to reject decrepitude forever. Time is an illusion of the senses. Let's start with the metaphysics of time. Time is a measure invented by man to calculate the movement of the earth around the sun. It is a tool for planting crops, but it has no power over life. Infinite intelligence lives in an eternal now. For your subconscious, there is no yesterday. It is always today. When you look in the mirror and see wrinkles, you are seeing the effect of time on matter, but you are not seeing the real you. If you identify with your body, you will suffer. If you identify with your mind and spirit, you will realize you are indestructible. Age is not in the calendar. It is in the circulation of your thoughts. Modern science has discovered telomeres, which shorten with stress and time. But it has also discovered that meditation and joy can maintain them. Your mind literally affects your DNA. If you think, I am old, you order your telomeres to shorten. If you think I am being renewed, you command vitality. You are the master of your cells. Welcome to the age of wisdom. Stop fighting the years. Having years is not a shame, it is a glory. Old age is the time when you should gather the fruits of everything you have learned. It is the era of wisdom. When you are young, you have physical strength, but you lack judgment. You worry about trivialities, you are a slave to passions. When you mature, you gain balance and peace. Would you change your current mental peace for the confusion of your adolescence, just to have smooth skin? A wise person would say no. Old age is not the end of the book. It is the best chapter. It is when the hero finally understands the plot. Your years are capital, not a burden. The deadly trap of retirement. I want to warn you about a dangerous word, retirement. In our culture, retirement often means you are no longer useful, go home and die. The statistics are terrifying. A high percentage of men die a few years after retiring. Their subconscious receives the message, your work is finished. It shuts down. The body deteriorates because the will to live is missing. Never retire from life. You can leave a bureaucratic job, but you must change activity, not cease it. Retirement should mean jubilation. It should be the time to do what you always dreamed of. Learn to paint, teach the youth, grow a garden. The secret of youth is interest. As long as you maintain a vivid interest in learning and creating, you cannot age mentally. Neurosis and senility are often the result of mental apathy, not physical decay. Keep your mind active and curious about the world. Boredom is the real old age. Activity is the fountain of youth that keeps your internal fire burning bright. Spiritual neuroplasticity. Your mind never ages. For years, science believed the brain stopped generating neurons in adulthood. Today, we know that's false. The brain has neuroplasticity. It can create new connections until the last day of life. If you watch TV all day, your brain atrophies. If you learn, it lights up. I knew a 95-year-old man who started learning ancient Greek. He was as sharp as a razor. He told me, Dr. Murphy, I am so busy learning Greek verbs that I don't have time to die. That is the attitude. Your mind is like a muscle. If you don't use it, you lose it. Boredom is the true aging process. Exercise your mind every single day. The case of the 65-year-old executive. A high executive came to me depressed because his company forced him to retire. He felt like he had been thrown in the trash. He was hunched over and preparing to die. I told him, the company gave you freedom, not death. What did you want to do as a child? He remembered he loved woodworking. He changed his mentality. He saw himself as a new craftsman. 5 years later, at 70, he had a thriving business, looked 10 years younger, and walked upright. Life flowed again because he opened the gate of purpose. When you find a reason to wake up, the infinite intelligence supplies the energy to fulfill that specific reason. Do not let the grumpy old man in. There is a terrible phrase, old dogs don't learn new tricks. It's a lie. You are an infinite mind. The man who says, I'm too old to change, is mentally dead. Rigidity of mind causes rigidity of body. If your arteries harden, your opinions likely hardened first. Stay flexible, stay curious. Do not live in the past. That is living in a cemetery. Live in the present. Admire technological advances. Listen to the youth. Adapt. The tree that bends with the wind survives. The one that stays rigid breaks. Keep your heart open to new ideas and your mind ready to evolve with the world. Flexibility is the essence of true youth. Mental diet for longevity. Everyone worries about the physical diet, that is fine. But the mental diet is more important. What thoughts do you eat? Do you feed on bitterness or regrets? That is a poison that ages cells. To rejuvenate, you must inject thoughts of love, joy, peace, laughter, and enthusiasm. It is the best medicine. Laughter strengthens the immune system. Surround yourself with young and cheerful people. Avoid those who only talk about diseases and funerals. They are contagious. If you talk about your pains, you multiply them. If you talk about your vitality, you multiply it. Choose your words and company wisely to maintain your inner glow. The myth of memory. I'm losing my memory. It must be age. No. You are losing memory because you stop paying attention. Memory works by interest. You remember what matters to you. If you tell yourself, I have a bad memory, your subconscious obeys. Affirm, my memory is perfect. Infinite intelligence reminds me of all I need to know. Your grey hair is light. Do not be ashamed of your grey hair. Dye it for fun, but not out of shame. Grey hair is a symbol that you have survived, loved, and won. They are silver medals. In metaphysics, white represents purity and high vibration. You are becoming light. The beauty of old age is a masterpiece of the soul. Moses and vitality. The Bible tells us that Moses lived to 120. It says his eye was not dim, nor his natural force abated. Moses was not a genetic superman. He was a man with a mission. He was so full of purpose that life sustained him. Life responds to demand. If you demand vigor to fulfill a noble mission, the body will give it to you. Be like Moses. Have a promised land to reach, a project or a dream, and your eyes will not dim. If you say, I am of no use, the body will turn off. But if you say, I have work to do, the universe will supply the strength. Your vitality is tied to your sense of purpose. Find a reason to serve and you will find the energy to live. The fear of death. Aging is traumatic only because we fear death. But what is death? From the viewpoint of consciousness, it does not exist. Life is not a candle that goes out. It is the sun setting on one horizon to dawn on another. Death is a birth. You were born into this world from the invisible. Dying is returning home. It is taking off a heavy coat on a hot day. It is leaving a small room for a bright garden. Why fear absolute peace? The fear of death is ignorance. When you know you are eternal spirit, old age is not a countdown to the end, but a countdown to the ascent. Prepare for the journey with curiosity. Say, I am ready for the next adventure. Technique of the rejuvenating mirror. Here is a practical exercise. Stand in front of the mirror, look into your eyes. Ignore the skin. Look at the light inside. That light is the same as when you were 5 years old. It hasn't aged a day. Speak to it. You are eternal. You are young. My body reflects my young mind. Do this every morning. You will be surprised to see how your posture improves and your eyes regain the sparkle of life. People will ask, what have you done? You look so good. You smile and say, I have discovered the fountain of youth, my own mind. Your internal state will always eventually manifest on your physical face. Claim your eternal youth now. Chapter 10, Awakening the Sleeping God. Throughout this book, I have taught you how to use the powers of your mind to heal your body, fill your bank account, and harmonize your relationships. All of this is good. It is legitimate. It is your birthright. But if you stop there, you will have only taken the crumbs of the banquet. You have learned the law, but not the lawmaker. You have learned to use the tool, but you have not yet recognized the master who holds it. There is a higher level of living than the manifestation of desires. There is a state of consciousness where you no longer have to ask for anything, because you realize that you are the owner of everything. This chapter is about the supreme mystery. This is about the mystic union. It is about awakening the giant that has been sleeping in the caverns of your soul while you played with trivial toys on the surface. The final purpose of your life is not just to be a healthy millionaire. The final purpose is to awaken God in you. It is to recognize your true divine nature and power. Who is the sleeping God? Humanity suffers from a collective amnesia. Imagine a king who hits his head and forgets who he is. He wanders the streets of his own kingdom, dressed in rags, begging for food, sleeping under bridges. He has absolute power over the kingdom. But since he doesn't know it, he lives as a slave. You are that king. The sleeping God is not a separate entity. It is your own consciousness of being. It is your I am. When you say, I am John, I am poor, I am a doctor, you are limiting the infinite. You are putting a small mask on an immense presence. But before any label, you simply are. That pure sensation of existence is God in you. Colossians 1:27 calls it Christ in you, the hope of glory. In the East, they call it the Atman. Psychology calls it the superconscious. The name does not matter. What matters is that it sleeps in 99% of humanity. It is there, sustaining your life, but you are so distracted by the noise that you do not feel its sacred presence. The symbolism of Lazarus. The Bible is full of psychological allegories. One of the most potent is the resurrection of Lazarus. Lazarus is not just a man from 2,000 years ago. Lazarus is you. He represents your hopes, your dreams, and your divinity, buried under the stone of unbelief, fear, and materialism. You are in a tomb. You have been dead for 4 days. You smell like the decomposition of your frustrated dreams. But Jesus, your awakened consciousness, your enlightened faith, approaches the tomb and gives 3 orders. 1. Take away the stone. You must remove doubt. 2. Lazarus, come forth. Call your divinity. 3. Loose him and let him go. Today the voice of truth is shouting at your mental tomb. Come forth. Step out of the tomb of mediocrity. Step out of the tomb of self-pity. The God within you wants to breathe. The infinite wants to manifest through your physical being. You must be willing to let go of the old bandages and walk into the light of your own power. The practice of the presence. How do we wake this God? Not with noise, not with physical effort. He is awakened with silence and attention. Most people live outwardly, extroverted. The mystic lives inwardly, introverted, even while acting in the world. This is called practicing the presence of God. It is a constant internal focus. Brother Lawrence reached enlightenment not by praying in the chapel, but by washing dishes in the kitchen because he did it for the love of God, constantly talking with the inner presence. You can do the same. While driving, while showering, recognize the invisible companion, say internally, God walks with me, God thinks in me. At first it will seem like a game of imagination, but if you persist, you will begin to feel a vibration. You will feel an electric peace running through your spine. You will feel that you are never alone. You will notice that your words have an unusual power. The sleeping God is opening an eye. You are becoming a beacon of light. The I am and the burning bush. Moses asked God, "What is your name?" And God answered, "I am that I am." This is the most powerful mantra in the universe. I am is not simple grammar. It is the formula of creation. Every time you say I am, you are creating. But the mystic uses I am in its pure form without predicates. Take a few minutes a day to meditate only on being. Close your eyes, quiet the senses, and repeat mentally, I am, I am, I am. Do not say I am rich in this exercise, just I am. Try to feel pure existence without form, without name, without time. It is like floating in an ocean of white light. It is the ultimate medicine. Intuition, the voice of awakening. When the inner God begins to wake up, you obtain a new sense, intuition. Intuition is not guessing. It is direct knowledge. It is the infinite intelligence downloading information into your brain without going through logic. You will begin to know things. You will sense danger or opportunity. You will know what to say in a difficult situation without having prepared it. Emerson said, "There is a guidance for each of us, and if we listen gently, we shall hear the right word." To listen, you must lower the world's volume. Fear screams. Intuition whispers. Learn to trust your hunches. They are the instructions of the captain. The mystic union, the sacred marriage. The final goal is union. It is the moment when your conscious mind, the ego, voluntarily surrenders to the subconscious, superconscious mind, God, and says, "Father, not my will, egoic, but yours, infinite, be done." This is not the resignation of a slave. It is the intelligence of a partner. When this union occurs, you stop fighting. You enter the divine flow. You no longer have to make things happen. Things happen through you. You become an open channel. You write, but you feel something writes for you. You love, but it is a cosmic love flowing toward everyone. This is the life of grace. Miracles are the norm here. The end of loneliness. The greatest disease of modern man is cosmic loneliness. He feels like an isolated fragment in a hostile universe. Upon awakening the inner God, loneliness becomes impossible. You realize you are connected to every atom and every star. You see God in the face of your enemy. You feel absolute belonging. This sense of oneness is the ecstasy of the saints and mystics. And it is available to you now, not after you die. You see God in nature and in every person you meet. The universe is your home, and you are the heir to all its riches. This realization brings a peace that passes all understanding and a love that knows no boundaries. The dissolution of problems. What happens to your debts, your illnesses, and your conflicts when you wake up? They dissolve like mist before the sun, not because you fix them by fighting, but because you change your level of consciousness. Einstein said, "No problem can be solved from the same level of consciousness that created it." Your problems were created at the level of the small self, fear and lack. When you rise to the level of the I am, abundance and power, the problem simply cannot exist. Darkness cannot exist in the presence of light. By seeking first the kingdom of God, awakened consciousness, all these things are added to you automatically. Technique of the spiritual elevator. Use this when you feel overwhelmed. 1. Sit and disconnect. Close your eyes. 2. The elevator. Imagine you are in a glass elevator in a skyscraper. 3. The ascent. Floor. 10. Leave financial worries behind. Floor 20. Leave conflicts behind. Floor 50. Leave your identity, name, and your story behind. Penthouse heaven. The elevator opens to a white, radiant, and silent light. Walk into the light and feel how you dissolve in it. Say, "I and the Father are one." Stay there for a few minutes. Feel the light wash and recharge you. Come back down, bringing that light with you into your body and your daily life. It is your new power. The prodigal son returns home. We are all the prodigal son. We left the Father's house, the Spirit, to spend our inheritance in the material world. We got lost and suffered, but the sleeping God never judged us. He only waited. The moment you decide, "I will arise and go to my Father," the Father runs to meet you. He welcomes you back. He doesn't scold you. He gives you the best robe and the ring of power. No matter how far you have gone or how asleep you have been, the awakening is instantaneous. It can happen today, reading this page. It only requires an act of surrender. Stop fighting life. Surrender to the life that wants to express itself through you now. Absolute security. When you wake up, you lose the fear of loss. How can you lose something if you are the creator of everything? If you lose money, you know you can create it again because the source is within. If you lose health, you know you can regenerate it. You become invincible. You are anchored in the rock of eternity. The hurricanes of life may blow, but your house does not fall because it is not built on the sand of human opinion, but on the rock of inner knowledge. You no longer depend on the external world for your stability. You are the master of your own destiny, and you know that all the power of the universe is backing you up always. You are the savior you were waiting for. Stop looking at the sky waiting for a savior to come down on a cloud. Stop waiting for a politician, a doctor, or a guru to save you. You are the savior. The Christ is in your own chest, waiting for you to give him permission to act. You have the key in your pocket. Enter your own kingdom. Prayer of Mystic Union. O infinite presence that dwells in my heart, I recognize that you are the only power and the only presence. I surrender to you. Dissolve my small ego in your immense love. Think through my mind. Love through my heart. I am one with the source of all life. The peace of the infinite is my peace. Thank you. Conclusion. You are the king. You have reached the last page of this book. However, I want you to understand something fundamental. This is not the end. It is the starting point. Until now, you have been reading a flight manual. You have studied the controls, understood the aerodynamics, and memorized the map. But you have not flown yet. You must take off now. A manual kept on the shelf does not lift the plane off the ground. Now it is your turn to sit in the cockpit, turn on the engines of faith, and take off toward the life that belongs to you by divine right. Throughout these chapters, I have given you the keys to the kingdom. They are eternal truths that have always been with you. Recap, your divine arsenal. Before closing these pages, let's review the tools you now have in your hands. You can no longer say you are unarmed against life. 1. You have the captain and the crew. You know that your conscious mind gives the orders and your subconscious mind executes them. You no longer blame fate, you correct orders. 2. You have the right to wealth. You know that poverty is a mental illness and that money is a symbol of divine circulation. 3. You have the inner healer. You know that the same power that created your body knows how to repair it. 4. You have the formula for scientific prayer. You know how to accept and give thanks for the result. 3. You have the secret of relationships. You know that the world is your mirror. 6. You have the power of forgiveness. You know that resentment is poison. 7. You have the wisdom of the night. You use sleep for guidance. 8. You have eternal youth. Your spirit has no age. 9. You have the sleeping God. The I Am is your true power. The proof of the pudding. There is an old English saying I like very much. The proof of the pudding is in the eating. You can analyze the recipe or admire the photo, but until you put it in your mouth, you know nothing. The same happens with these mental laws. Do not believe me blindly, try it. Be a spiritual scientist today. Your life is your laboratory. Your current problems are your test materials. Apply scientific prayer to that debt. Apply forgiveness to that conflict, and observe the results. When you see that it works, and I guarantee it will if you are constant, your faith will become scientific conviction. No one will ever take that away. Do not go back to sleep. The danger now is inertia. The outside world is noisy. The news will sell you fear. Your friends will sell you limitations. Your own old mind will try to drag you back to the old habits of worry and complaint. Do not allow it. You have awakened. Do not go back to sleep. Stay alert as the watchman on the tower. Every time a negative thought tries to enter your sanctuary, shout at it. Stop. Do you come from God or from fear? If it comes from fear, reject it and replace it with the truth. This mental discipline is the price of freedom. It is the only way to maintain your new reality. You are the master of the gate. Protect your inner peace. You are the king. Stop acting like a beggar at the gates of life. You are the king. You are the queen. Your Father is the owner of the universe. Walk with dignity. Speak with authority. Act with confidence. You are not here to just survive and pay bills until you die. You are here to express God in a glorious way every single day. You are here to play music, write books, build bridges, heal bodies, love intensely and expand the universe. If you ever feel alone or scared, open this book again. Or better yet, close your eyes and enter the silence. There, in the depth of your being, you will find the companion who never fails. You will find the eternal source. You will find the peace that passes all understanding. You will find the treasure. The treasure was not in the book. The book was only the map. The treasure is you. Go now, and may wonders follow you all the days of your life. The light of the infinite is now shining upon your path. You are free to create, to love, and to be. The Lord bless thee and keep thee. The Lord make his face shine upon thee and be gracious unto thee. The Lord lift up his countenance upon thee and give thee peace. Numbers 6:24-26. The infinite intelligence guides you. Divine love surrounds you. Divine order governs you. And the peace of God fills your soul. Go with God.